TrpleV, UniV cubed.
UniVVV. Alrighty. Where is past? I can't hear past.
No, past is muted, so just go ahead and cast the game like he's actually here.
Fair enough. In the top right corner, playing for TrpleT is the blue Terran. It is ToySoldier.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of this 3-spawn map, we have from Team UniVVV, it's Wazabeeee, the red Zerg player.
Typical TVZ. If the Terran opens up standard, there are two standard playstyle for Terran. It's either a 12-12 into Hellion production or a CC first into Hellion production.
Mm-hmm. You think we're going to see like a Hellion Reaper play right opening here?
At a gold level, I could expect something of it. I don't expect a CC first, especially on a map like Merry-Go-Round. It's very short rush distances for the Zerg player, so you could easily force the cancel on the CC first. Personally, I like playing with the Reaper, which it doesn't seem like he's going to go for. It might be a 1-Rax Expo.
Yeah, actually, he doesn't have his gas down yet, and he's already at 13 supply. So I don't think we're going to see any Reapers right now. I think he might be going for maybe something closer to an old-school 1-1-1 build, unless he goes for CC after Rax.
It'll be a 1-Rax Expo it'll end up being a Marine will come out, and yes, that SCV is actually rallied to the natural, so it will be a 1-1-1 build. I prefer opening up with Reaper, so that way I can scout the gas timings and know if anything's gonna happen, if it's gonna be a roach build. And we see a 15-16. 16.
Well, it was a 15 hatch into a 15 pool and a 16 extractor.
I don't know much of Zerg, so I have no clue what that's gonna be. It could be.
It's gonna be actually. I apologize for cutting you off. It is gonna be actually a speedling, fast speedling push, but I would have actually liked to see the extractor go down first, because those few extra seconds are actually gonna matter when that Zergling speed goes to come out.
We actually have the Marine destroying those plates. Nobody actually seems to like those for some apparent reason.
Guess it just gives them something to do. I mean, I don't think it really blocks off any units, does it?
It doesn't. It actually just blocks building placement.
Ah. And does a Terran player usually put things at that placement?
Well, if you wanted to wall off, this would be more lines of a TVT kind of thing. You would put supply depots from that gas to your ramp, so the Reaper can't swing around back of the... Oh, he's actually going to get that Overlord.
He is. That's going to be a really, really big deal. I've actually learned, being a Zerg player, that even though that you expect to lose that first Overlord in the early game,
he didn't have one started.
Exactly.
So this is going to be very late. He's going to be supply blocked for quite some time.
And even his inject is actually not going to really help him until that Overlord comes back out. We do have a CC coming down for ToySoldier. We finally got double gas getting started as well. But I actually don't like the macro style so far from ToySoldier. He actually is really low in saturation at this point.
Well, I mean, he is missing a few SCVs. He isn't. What I like to do is I like to queue 2 at a time. That way I know I'm not going to miss one.
Mm-hmm.
But at a gold level, I can't really complain about his play right now. It's a solid build. He'll have his factory up at around 6:37-minute mark. He's working on his wall, which is I very much like. I like seeing that as a Terran.
The thing I actually don't like though right now is that, I mean, as much as I was saying that the macro is actually really low for ToySoldier, Wazabeeee is actually really low himself. He should be actually probably at least 6 or 7 workers ahead of our Terran player at least right now, but he is not.
And the Roach Warren is also finishing up, but he isn't continuing gas with his gas, so that could have been a defensive Roach Warren in case if he saw the Hellions.
But he just started his 3 of his drones back on gas, so it's going to be really delayed. So he's only probably going to be able to push out a small number of roaches right off the bat. And he actually just produced 6 more Zerglings.
Well, I don't like that. A reactor instead of the tech lab. You want to get stim as fast as you can versus a Zerg player.
Indeed.
It really helps. I don't like that reactor. It could be for the factory, but at this point, that is too late of a factory. Those Hellions won't be able to get much done.
Now, if you look actually down here in the
Third
third position, I don't know if that's really the third. That'd be more like a fourth. Cause
yeah, that's more lines of third. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is the third base going down for our Zerg player. I would actually like to see a macro hatch going down already right now. If he's gonna actually go ahead.
What I would like to see is with that third going down where it is, I'd like to see creep.
Yes, gotta connect those two bases together.
That'll be very good for the Terran to swing down south of that third and to drop into the main because the armies won't be able to get to the third and back from.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we have the third, ooh, this is very greedy. 8 minutes for the Terran to be taking the third. He has very low units. It's actually not producing anything at this particular moment. But Aliens, I don't like this.
And as you say that though about the creep spread a few seconds ago, he's actually going ahead and starting that, but he's only doing one creep tumor at a time, so
it's going to be a very slow creep spread.
Indeed, I would actually. It probably would have been better for him to go ahead and generate since he opened gasless minus the 1. Probably should have generated maybe 3 queens already, maybe 4.
We have an Evo chamber and the lair coming up with double gas at the natural.
With the double gas, I'm expecting him to see like a really hard roach push, or maybe he's gonna go right into Spire once the lair finishes.
This could be a fast lair. I mean, he is firing up a lot of roaches. Oh, ToySoldier getting some. Uh-oh.
We're gonna have mass Spire though. We got 2 NG Bay going already down and researching 1-1.
From the timing of this third, ToySoldier should have his 4th and 5th racks up. It's going to be very delayed, very delayed production.
Stim has actually still got a long way to go. It's not even halfway done. And we're going reactor on the starport, so we're going to see like a lot of medevacs being pushed out.
I don't like this build. It's 10-minute marks. The Terran doesn't have any medevacs out, and Stim is not complete. We do see a second factory on the way. It could be to swap up with the tech lab to get drilling claws or the blue flame, because we do see quite a bit of Hellions.
Yeah.
And more on the production tab, so it could be for a blue flame.
At this point though, I would already be generating my 2-2 and probably getting ready to max out my army within the next 2 minutes. I would have actually scouted the natural right off the bat and probably went for like a golden drone build. And
all that I want to know is that if ToySoldier still does not know anything about his opponent. If you check his vision, he hasn't even scouted his opponent's baits. He doesn't know the unit composition. He's playing blind.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
he's expecting a standard game for game 1, and it's actually going to be a very hard-hitting roach timing.
Wazabeeee should actually be going for some banelings right now because that would actually just totally negate all these Hellions.
The one thing I do like about ToySoldier's positioning and he's got Hellbats, which will drastically help with the Zerglings and with the DPS of the Marines. With even now just Stim firing up, it won't really be that big of a push. It won't do too much for Wazabeeee, and he also knows what's coming because of his sensor tower.
Yeah.
He'll know it'll come to get his positioning.
He's putting sensor tower after sensor tower down, so he's trying to go ahead and get a vision on this.
A little bit of a slip up putting 4 in gas, and I was right. It was he is getting blue flame with his Hellbat, so it's going to be a Marine Hellbat kind of.
Like I said, Wazabeeee really needs to get some banelings, because if he were to have all those right now transition to banelings, he would actually be able to just rush right in and just demolish the entire Terran army right now.
I kind of like ToySoldier's this style of Marine Hellbat, but at the same time I don't, because there isn't much to do with. What are those pings for? I don't know what those pings are for. Anyways.
I think maybe what Pass is trying to ping is the sensor tower range and what it's actually revealing.
That's true. That might not have been passed as well, because there are those 3 others from the UniVVV as well. That could be there. But anyways, as I was saying with his unit composition, personally I don't like it so much because of the fact that the Hellbats are light units and take additional damage from Banelings. But we actually see Roach Hydra.
Yeah, I already noticed that come out a few seconds ago. I apologize for not mentioning it. That was something I probably should have said.
Yeah.
We actually do have muscular augments already done.
Mine's halfway on the way and +2 attack, also half on completion. He also has his infestation pit.
And actually, I think this Terran army is going to get roasted.
Oh, easily. He doesn't have enough DPS. He doesn't have enough Marauders to do. This is a very bad engagement.
Very bad. The Terran player needs to just pick up. Oh, and they got the sandwich down.
Overextend.
Both sides. This is
he has nothing back at home.
And he is not producing Marines. Like 3 Marines maybe and 3 Marauders. That's it.
His production was severely late. And 2-2 is just about to finish for the Terran player. But at this point, I believe it's too little too late.
No, ToySoldier is making a siege tank. If he's able to hold just long enough to get that siege tank on the high ground, he may be able to hold.
But with a few Marauders and a bunker filled, I don't think this will be enough. What he needs to do is he needs to pull his units back behind that bunker, pull about half those SCVs from the, and he's just gonna pull back. I actually like this move from Wazabeeee. Remax and go for another big push. I don't like how ToySoldier is stepping.
What is he doing with that siege tank? That is ridiculous. Okay, we actually have some Widow Mines on the foreground, but he needs to push that siege tank back up on the high ground. That is not a good position for this.
I would like to see it right here, so that way it can cover the third.
Yeah, have it put up on the high ground right up there.
Yeah.
Where he's building the sensor tower again, which makes no sense at this point.
Well, he did, the one that was at his third did kind of get absolutely demolished.
ToySoldier's also building another third, which I think is a really, really bad move right now, knowing that the Zerg player is maxed out. He really needs to be generating units.
Yep, I like the idea of him getting up that third CC because he was floating quite a bit of minerals. And if he can actually reestablish this third, it should help. We
got a Ling run by coming up here to the third too, so that's going to be totally butchered right now.
That's going to be forced to cancel.
Or if he gets to cancel, I mean, he might forget to do so.
Yeah,
he does get it.
He knew that there was no chance for that. I would like to see those Widow Mines split up a bit instead of all being all clumped up. I mean, it is something that I do completely on accident, but
yeah.
having them just split out, that ping.
I don't understand what that ping is for. It doesn't make any sense.
That ping would probably be of them trying to signify that it's the 20-minute mark. We have an unsaturated 4th for Wazabeeee and no 5th down, and the creep is relatively close to that base as well.
You should honestly be dropping down macro hatches at base locations all over the place at this point.
He's at 21. Oh, he's now just finished mined out at his main. He might transfer that to his 4th. That's a big force.
And this engagement's going to be really, really hard.
He might be trying to just drag them into the Widow Mines. If you can actually get a secret missile out onto those hydraulics, that would be absolutely huge.
He's baiting them into the siege tanks, is what he's doing.
And see, this is what I'm talking about the Widow Mines. I'd really like the Widow Mines having about three or four. How many does he have here? Actually, he has 4. Is not no 3, 6.
He needs to actually walk those Widow Mines up on both locations, maybe here. And
yeah, I'd like
here.
him have like 4 on the smaller side towards his what was his third, and about 4 split up in between the left-hand side.
Exactly.
I'd like to see, because that would be a very good cost-efficient trade, and at the same time, he could also stop the Roach Hydra from getting to his tanks.
Roach Hydra is actually going to be having +3 missile attack coming out for Hydra.
Yeah, see, but the Terran's +3 attack is practically done at this point.
Yep.
I think
the siege tank is way out of position. All the Widow Mines are out of position. If he engages right here, this could be it.
I don't think it is. He needs to lift off that base and
But see, this is why I didn't like Wazabeeee waiting for as long as he did, because he just basically allowed ToySoldier to remax. And with all those,
and plus the attack also finishing up for ToySoldiers. ToySoldiers. Oh, big win! Oh my lord!
Oh, that was brutal. And now ToySoldier is way ahead, and he can just walk right into the Zerg base.
Wazabeeee remaxes with 32 roaches and 30 hydras.
Ooh.
Wow. See, but also he doesn't have the Widow Mines to help support this Marine Marauder. I mean,
Well, they're all following up, but they just fired off.
From that last engagement of how delayed he was on burying those, he only buried ooh, if he can get the decent hits on the Roach Hydra. That is a lot of Roach Hydra. He needs to bring that siege tank that's doing absolutely nothing over by his bases.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa.
He wasted all those shots on one unit too. He needs to get overseers. He needs an overseer in there.
I don't like ToySoldier's fourth. It's more of an aggressive. It's more of an aggressive fourth base, but from his style, he should not be taking his base. Personally, as a tournament player, I would be taking it because I would rally all my reinforcements to that fourth and keep launching attacks from there.
Mm-hmm.
But from ToySoldier's playstyle, that's a very, very dangerous fourth to be taking. But sending Wazabeeee on the defensive can rip up, and he's walking into the Widow Mines!
That actually may have been good.
They were decent hits. I mean, I couldn't complain, but tearing the.
Why the insane pings right now? I just don't.
Well, he needs to boil those Widow Mines. He needs to boil them. That was good timing. Gets one good hit on the Hydras on the left. Oh, ToySoldier needs to bait that on the Hydra ground.
He's gonna lose all these units to these Widow Mines. They're about to reset.
Wow.
This could be GG.
He just needs to run straight up into the. Why is he just stopping there? He has all those units selected. Just go. Don't worry about the. For my teacher.
For my teacher. I guess he had a good coach.
Oh my god.
Honestly, if Wazabeeee had a Spire up already, he actually would have been able to go ahead and come behind these Marauders and do some serious damage. All those roaches just go right down, and that is the GG Team TrpleT, ToySoldier, the Blue Terran. Congratulations, both players.